Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rohna Harrison. I am a member of the Social Services Employee Union Local 371, 20 years strong, and I'm here today with our illustrious president, Anthony Wells, and we're going to talk to him a little bit about his journey in city government and his involvement in the labor movement, his leadership specifically of Social Services Employee Union Local 371. Whoop, whoop. And his vision for the future of this union. President Wells, thank you for agreeing to meet with us today. How you doing?
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I'm doing good. We're doing all right.
All right. Happy belated Juneteenth.
Thank you very much.
The revolution
Appreciate
will
it.
not be televised. Okay, so let's get right to it. Let's talk about your career and the labor movement as you see it. So how long have you been working for the city?
This June starts my 47th. This June 30th starts my 47th year.
Oh, wow. Happy anniversary. Nice.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so what inspired you to want to come on board city government?
So it's very, very complicated. I graduated Baruch College in June, beginning of June 1980. I needed a job. My professor said, go up to Spofford, they're interviewing for caseworkers. I didn't really know what caseworker was. Took my butt on the train to the Bronx, interviewed, and got hired. I was the first person hired outside for in the Department of Juvenile Justice, which was created in 1979.
Oh, wow.
And they hired me in the school at Spofford Juvenile Center because the Board of Ed left, took all the equipment with them, and we had to start our own school, and I was able to start there.
Wow. Wow, that's a heck of an origin story. So 47 years. So walk us through. What were the different places within the city government that you've worked over this past 47 years?
So I worked in DJJ for 2.5 years to 1983.
And when you say DJJ, we're talking about Division of Juvenile Justice. Okay.
Department, them days there was its own department.
Okay.
Agency. And I went to work for the Bureau of Child Welfare, BCW in those days, in Queens Field Office in 1983. And I was now they call them child protective worker, but we were caseworkers.
Okay.
And we did that. And then in 1988, I got a chance to work for the union.
Okay.
And I came down to SSEU, the Local 371 under Charles Inslee.
Okay.
And the rest is history. As Yogi Berra says. And during that time, I also went to social work school in 1985 to 87, got my MSW.
Okay. And it sounds like you, like a lot of our union, my fellow union members, your grassroots started on the ground. And so what about that made you shift to say, I want to come on over to the union side?
So I actually was very fortunate. I was offered a job in 1985, but preferred to go to social work school. In 1988, well, it was a bunch of factors. It was what was going on in the location. I was actually going to get a job in the Bronx. And I got a chance to do what I've been doing for many years, which was being an advocate.
Okay.
And I was a union delegate. In 1983, when I went to Queens Field Office, my mentor, Larry Glickson and Claire Polite, made me a delegate. And they began to teach me the union side of stuff. They gave me some of the most difficult cases to deal with, but they also taught me about advocating, and also about the union side. I didn't know the union side. I had been an advocate since high school, but I didn't know the union side. And they taught me the union side.
So you were a union advocate before you even knew that you were.
Absolutely.
It sounds like.
Absolutely. I didn't. No, because when you're an advocate, it just depends on what form you're in.
Yeah.
But the union provides you, to me, with the widest form to be an advocate, because there's so many different things that you deal with, that you handle, and that you have the chance to learn. So that gave me the opportunity, and I was willing to learn, and Larry was willing to teach me, and it was a good. Then I came to work for the union under the tutor Charles Inslee and Nola Brooker.
Miss Nola.
And Stu Leibowitz, and it was just an opportunity to learn if you wanted to learn. You wanted to listen. If you came to know everything, you missed a great opportunity. Yeah.
Pay attention, people. Listen, 2 ears, 1 mouth. So you're the president now, and it sounds like you've been with the city for 40 plus years, and it sounds like almost half of that has been with the union. So in the time that you've been with the union, what are some other positions that you've held before you elevated to president?
So when I first came over, I was an organization. I was an organizer, which we were responsible for being a connection between the field, the officers, in the field, all our locations, and central office. And then I was associate director of organization under Nola Brooker. Then I made a transition to negotiations and became a negotiator in I don't remember what it was, to tell you the truth, maybe 1990 something. And I became the associate director of research and negotiations. And then in 1999, Charles was making a transition of offices, and I became the vice president of research and negotiations.
Okay.
And then in 2011, we decided that we wanted to see some things change in the union and administration. And so we put together a team, and we ran for office. I ran for president in 2011.
Look, you're cheating. It's like you have my cheat sheet. You answered that question. It sounds like there were some things that were happening on that side of the table as a union officer, and you were seeing these things happening, and it inspired you to say, let's get a team together, let's run for the presidency, let's make a change.
Yeah, because it really was more than just running for the presidency, obviously. And that really took a lot of thought, because that wasn't in my I had other plans I was going to do.
Okay.
Because during this period, I also got my law degree. So I had other plans, and then God started laughing and said, yeah, okay, good, let's try this now.
Yeah.
And so we really had a vision, a different vision. We had a vision to help build this union, to expand this union, to have a fight back strategy. And I think it was 2009, maybe 2010, we had 500 layoffs in BCW, ACS. We had never had that many layoffs in this union before. And I felt that we had no plan on, at the very least, an inadequate plan to deal with that. And so we decided that we were going to do something a little different, not necessarily better, but different. Okay. We were going to have a set of agenda items, not a whole lot of things. We're going to do everything, because that's really unproductive. It really doesn't happen.
Yeah.
We decided our strategy was going to be, let's do a few things, accomplish those things, and then when you accomplish those things, then you can move on to something else.
Yeah.
But it gives you a chance to be successful in accomplishing those things. And we were very fortunate.
Yeah.
We did that, and people were very supportive of us. And we want people to be involved. So we didn't want just to have our administration do it. We wanted the union to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And then we wanted to make a bigger tent. And we wanted to attract people into this union, because the union is made up of such a diverse population in this local.
Yeah.
All locals are not. Some locals are more, homogeneous.
Yeah.
This one, it isn't. We got everything.
Yeah.
And everything, and a lot of that counts.
While we're there, let's stay there for a second. Let's talk a little bit about that, because you mentioned that you wanted to expand the union in terms of not just membership, but involvement and bring diversity. What are some of the things that you all did to accomplish that goal?
Well, one, we try to speak with many voices. We try to be representative of what our membership is. We listened. Okay? And like I said, we became fixated on building a stronger union. We used to say building an army. Let me just give you one. So here's when we were campaigning, I used to go out and I used to go, we're going to do this, 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 right?
Yeah.
And one of my advisors said, why don't you try this? And so we did this. We said, we're going to do this, 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 and we're going to do this. See the difference?
Yeah.
See that? And that became part of our symbol. To fight, to unite. I mean, this means a whole lot.
Yeah.
More than this. And that was just a simple suggestion. And there were other things we did. We talked about us. We didn't talk about the opponent. We didn't talk about the past administration.
Yeah.
We talked about what is it, how are we going to put food on our table?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Not a big concept. It's a real thing, because all of us, I don't care, from the cameraman to whoever.
To the receptionist.
To the receptionist, come to work to feed their families.
Yeah.
That unites everybody.
Yeah.
And when you talk about how do we maintain it, right?
Yeah.
And then how do you improve it?
Yeah.
That became our focus, and that's what we focused on.
I mean, there's so many wonderful things, right? I'm hearing that it was how do we work smarter and not harder, and then also
I missed that part.
How do we work smarter and not harder?
I missed that part.
You didn't get that memo?
I missed that. There was a guy who we went somewhere, and we were taking stuff into the hotel that wasn't necessarily allowed. And there was a guy that worked in the hotel. He was watching the whole thing. And he said, if you had asked me, I could have helped you. And the first time I ever heard that was from him. He said, yo, bro, you got to learn how to work smarter, not harder. I'm trying to get to that now,
but it sounds like you did, right? Because with the example with the fist, like you went in with the vision, and these are the things that we can do, and you, in your role as a leader, said, but if there are other ideas, let's not discount them, right? Let's not count them out. So you did it, smarter, not harder. So sticking with that, like in your tenure as president, what are like some of the challenges that that are significant for you that you and your team have had to overcome?
Well, we had to get our message out was one. That's the challenge. And then you have the people who want to do it, who believe in, and many of the people that we have here was not necessarily known to the union on a larger scale.
Okay.
And we got them involved. Okay? We also got members involved. And we also tried to deliver. See, you can talk all you want, but if you don't deliver, then you're talking empty air. Yeah. Right? You're just talking. So